Hi and welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to show you how to sew a scrunchie. So first of all, you want to cut a piece of fabric that is about 14 centimeters long and 50 centimeters wide. And you can either use some paper with the measurements and then pin it to the fabric like I do, or you can just choose to draw the measurements directly on the fabric. That is up to you. But afterwards you are just going to cut the fabric and then you have your piece for the scrunchie. And when you have your fabric piece, you can just iron it a little bit. And then you are going to turn the fabric 1 centimeter over to the wrong side of the fabric, and then you're going to iron it. So I have chosen a fabric where it's quite hard to see what the wrong side of the fabric is, so I'm just going to draw an X so I can easier show you the wrong side of the fabric. And now you're just going to turn the right side of the fabric together so that the wrong side is facing outwards, and then you can just pin it. And now you're going to sew the sides together with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. You are just going to sew with a normal straight seam, and first you're going to sew a few stitches, and then you are going to sew a few back stitches, and then you can just sew your normal straight seam again, and we just do this so that the thread is secured. So now just sew with your straight seam and remember to have about 1 centimeter seam allowance. And when you are coming to the end, just remember to do a few back stitches again, and then just do a few normal stitches. And then you can just take a scissor and cut the thread. I'm using a blue thread, but you should definitely use a thread that is closer to the color of the fabric, but I just use this color so you could easier see what I was doing. But now you should just iron the seam so that it lays more nicely. Then you are going to turn the fabric inside out so that we have the right side of the fabric outwards, so you can just do it like this and grab it from the inside and turn it out. And now you're going to need some elastic, and I'm just using a size that is 5 millimeters. And now it kind of depends on how thick your hair is in relation to how long you should cut your elastic. My hair is quite thin, so I'm cutting a piece about 15 centimeters, but if you have thicker hair, I would probably use 16 centimeters. Now you're going to need a safety pin, and then you are going to attach it to the elastic. And then you are going to pull it through the fabric. And just remember to hold on to the end of the elastic. Now you're going to grab both ends of the elastic and remove the safety pin, and then you are just going to tie a knot. Now put the end of the fabric without the crease inside the end of the fabric with the crease, and then you can just pin it together and make sure that it lays nicely. So for the last step, you're just going to sew the ends together again with a straight seam. And again, just remember to do a few back stitches when you first start to sew, and again in the end. And that was actually the last step, and now you are all done with your scrunchie.